The 35th edition of the Hyères Festival was meant to take place in April 2020, but the first nationwide lockdown put paid to that. Against all odds and narrowly missing the second lockdown, fashion's most important international competition did eventually take place in mid-October. Reflecting the spirit of the times as ever, this year's festival embraced the idea of recycling.
What's interesting about these young people is that they were basically born with the idea of recycling. It's much more instinctive for them than it is for us. They already practice it in their daily lives. But the ones that were chosen are all doing something new with this idea of upcycling, which is a beautiful and intelligent way of recycling. For a while, the problem with recycling was that it was quite ugly. It didn't inspire desire. The big difference here, in particular with regard to the accessories that won prizes, is that you really want to wear them.
Juana and Ddiddue Etcheberry are a brother and sister duo from the Basque country. They were awarded the Hermès Grand Prize for this bracelet and the top fashion accessories prize for their recycled caps and hats.
It all started when I saw a pile of plastic containers at the rubbish dump. We thought, why not use the curved part of the plastic as visors for caps?
Our project would not have been possible anywhere else, I don't think. Our finished product is made from unused boots from a local industrial supplier, from parachutes and from inner tubes for tractors.
A real local network, and I see you have a hat behind you on the table.
So that's made from a plastic flower pot, a tractor wheel inner tube, a rubber boot sole, that's what makes the dome. And don't forget that where we come from is famous for producing espadrilles. So we tried to use some festoon stitching, all done by hand, because sewing plastic together with rubber and parachute fabric isn't the easiest task.
And we use the rubber boots for the rods. We take the material and we cut it with a water jet. And it's a local manufacturer who helps with that. So you get these parts where the light comes through, there's this effect of light and shade. So you don't have to be completely on show, you can hide.
And that conflict between what's on show and what isn't is at the heart of their work.
We show so much of ourselves on social networks, so maybe in a certain way we need to cover ourselves up physically.
What part of our most intimate selves do we want to share with the world? And what does society let us share, or indeed hide? That idea of protection is something we really wanted to work with.
The International Premier Vision Textile and Fashion Show is a key sponsor of the festival and puts contenders for the title of Best Designer in touch with fabric producers.
When you see all the technological progress being made in the creation of made-to-measure products, those efforts not to create excess waste, well, that makes me very optimistic about the future of fashion and all that marvelous frivolity that we love.
Belgian designer Tom Van Der Borght was awarded the festival's coveted Grand Prize. He came to fashion rather late in life after first working as a social worker, an artist and also a videographer.
I think it's really important in this time to look again for this idea of something precious, of a piece that is handmade and that stay in your closet for a really long time. For me, this is much more the answer to the relation that we have to redefine with the planet, but also with each other. So yeah, that's a little bit on the material.
The designer uses an impressive range of materials, everything from leather made from fish skin to recycled plastics.
I've always loved the sorts of things that other people throw away, or that people don't think has much value. I wanted to find that luxury element in materials that were possibly a little strange.
His work draws heavily on personal experience and his love of performance art.
I grew up in quite a small village in Flanders. I was creative, artistic, and afterwards I realized I was gay. And after that, I realized I was born with a problem with my muscles. So I've always had a slightly different perspective on things.
This year's Hyères Festival was different in more ways than one, an October event that embraced a fundamental rethinking of luxury.